man, it is hot. Oh, honestly, all I can water about is think. All I can think about is water.
You know, this would actually be a pretty interesting video idea. I wonder, what ology is the study of water?
Wow, I didn't know that. Hey Kayleen, I have a great idea for a video. Hey Kayleen.
Hey, Michelle.
So about today's video,
Yeah, about that.
well, we've already gone through climatology, the study of waves, but we can also do atmology, oceanology, meteorology, limnology, pedomology, glaciology, and there are just so many ologies that involve water. And it was really hot this summer, so maybe this video can help us beat the heat.
That is a pretty good idea, Michelle, but I don't know if we have all the time to talk about all the ologies related to water. I actually had a similar idea that one time you called me, so I thought we could actually talk about hydrology, which is the study of water on Earth and how it's transported.
The water that we see all around us actually moves through what scientists call the water cycle. Let's start from the ground. Water is transported from the ground right here into the air, and then if there's enough water, then it goes back down here into the ocean where it then stays, or maybe it can even go into the ground again, where the water will be moved again.
To put it more simply, water circulates through the atmosphere, the ocean, and even underground. And while this graph may contain terms that seem like a lot, let's convert this image into something that's a bit easier to understand.
That's more helpful. On a hot summer day, there would probably be lots of heat radiating everywhere. Even on a normal day, when water is heated up, it is transported from the earth to the atmosphere by a process called evaporation. This can occur anywhere: rivers and lakes, the ocean, and even the leaves of a plant. Yes, evaporation can even occur on plants when water exits the plant from the leaves, the stem, and even the flower itself. This is a specific type of evaporation called transpiration.
The process of evaporation can only occur on the surface of these different objects because this is where most of the heat from the sun is being absorbed. And when water molecules are heated up by the sun, the energy they have absorbed allows them to overcome that liquid state forces that keep them together and allow them to escape the liquid state and change into a gaseous state.
As a gas, water molecules float in the air as water vapor. And you may have seen this before actually when you drink hot chocolate or any hot drink as steam rises up because of the high temperature.
Now imagine if your hot drink created so much steam that it actually created a cloud in your own house. In nature, when water vapor accumulates, this can create those wide, fluffy clouds that we see today. This process is called condensation. In the right conditions, the atmosphere holds so much water vapor from evaporation that it gathers into those clouds, which actually brings them back into a liquid state. In the Amazon rainforest, there is so much transpiration from the plants that it condenses into small clouds that you can see when looking down into the forest from space. It's amazing! All of the vegetation of the Amazon rainforest allows for huge amounts of transpiration, causing all of that evaporated water to form into clouds. And when those clouds are saturated enough with water, this causes the next step of the water cycle: rain.
Rain is more formally known as precipitation. What exactly determines if rain falls from the clouds is actually very intuitive. Now imagine if a cloud were a sponge. It would continue to absorb water, getting heavier and heavier. At some point, there would be so much water in the sponge that it can't hold anymore. For a cloud that is at this stage, the gravitational pull from the earth causes these water-filled clouds to release the water as rain. At lower air temperatures, this precipitation can freeze into its solid state, ice, creating snowflakes, or even hail.
Well, whether it's rain, snow, or hail, the final stage of the water cycle is anywhere where this precipitation lands. This is called collection, where water can be accumulated into the ocean and other bodies of water, mountains, and even underground. As part of this collection process, water can travel down mountains into rivers and streams as runoff, or when the water is saturated in the ground, can create reservoirs of groundwater in what is known as percolation, filling all the pores and cracks of the Earth's surface.
And this brings us all the way back to the plant, who takes this groundwater into its system before it evaporates back into the atmosphere again. Wherever water is, it has made the long journey to reach the Earth, atmosphere, or the ocean.
Looking back to that first picture, the water cycle is occurring everywhere and all at the same time. Water is falling to the ground, evaporating from plants, running off into streams and rivers. It is none other than God, whose hands has created and currently maintains the entire water cycle.
Who better than the Creator himself to sustain his work, as we can see from Job 36:27-29. For he draws up the drops of water. They distill rain from the mist, which the clouds pour down. They drip upon man abundantly. Can anyone understand the spreading of the clouds, the thundering of his pavilion? Hydrology speaks volumes of the careful design of God, as the water cycle is perfectly circulating water around the world. Every living thing on this planet needs water to survive, from the plants that we eat to the animals that we see to you and me. What a blessing it is that God, our Creator, has perfectly designed the water cycle to provide hydration for his creation.
Well, that's all the time we have for today, so remember to stay hydrated. And as you drink that refreshing glass of water, or even enjoy different parts of the water cycle, like on a snowy day or a day at the beach, we hope that it reminds you of God and how He is the one who created the water cycle.
Because creation is cool.
But our Creator is even cooler. We'll see you next time.
Check out our other Creation is Cool videos here.